The first thing you need to understand is what Forex really is. Forex is not a button. It's not easy money. It's a market where real currency pairs are traded. For example, the dollar, euro, pound, yen, and dozens of others. The idea is simple: buy low, sell high. But it's important to understand that you don't make money by guessing, but through real analysis, how the economy moves, news, inflation. Various decisions, meaning you need to have your own strategy that helps you come out ahead. And my first piece of advice before you start making trades is to simply observe the charts. Watch for a few days, see how they behave, how they react to news, since news comes to the Forex market quite often, and most of the time, this news really shakes up the market. And you should have a general sense of when to exit the market, when not to trade, when to take a break, or for example, how to anticipate chart movements based on certain news. Step 2. Choose the right broker. Of course, there are a huge number of brokers, and for a beginner, it's not at all clear what to pay attention to. Personally, I chose 3 brokers for myself. The first broker is Forex. This is the very broker I started with. I tried both automated trading and trading on my own, and for me, Forex just answered all my questions. There is also a separate video on how to register with this broker. You'll see it pop up here. I have 2 other brokers where I also trade from time to time. The broker XNS is quite a large world-class broker with many licenses, but there is one drawback. And if you are a citizen of the Russian Federation, for now you won't be able to trade with this broker. But in any other case, of course, feel free to use it. There is also a separate video about this broker. Be sure to check it out if you're interested. And the third broker is FX Pro. It's also a great broker with a high rating, a large number of licenses, and a fairly simple interface. I've talked a lot about it. There is also a separate video about this broker. If you're interested, definitely check it out. If you've chosen a particular broker for yourself, my advice to you is to start by opening demo accounts. This is so you can test your strategy, try out what Forex is, and learn how to use it. Definitely. Open a demo account, try it out, test things. There's no need to rush. You'll always have the opportunity to earn. The third step I recommend for beginners is to master the trading platform. Overall, the most popular and best platform is MetaTrader 5. Honestly, you don't even need to consider any others. This platform will answer all your questions. Be sure to install it whether you have an iPhone or Android, it doesn't matter. You can download it to your phone and start learning using this platform. Trade. But first, you need to figure out how the interface works, how to open trades, how to set stop losses, and take profits. So, study that first. I also recorded a separate video on this. Be sure to watch it, and please spend a few days to understand the interface so you also grasp the interface and the mechanics of trading, and only then move on to strategies. So the fourth step is learning and basic analysis. You don't need to learn 100 indicators right away. Start at least with the basics. Understand what a trend is, what a support level is, what a resistance level is, Japanese candlesticks, and various patterns. Look, if the price is going up on the chart, don't look for an entry against the trend. Learn to work in the direction of the movement. Not just as they say, let me bet on a drop or let me bet, say, on a rise. My advice here is simply to watch a couple of technical analysis lessons. And of course, practice on a demo account to get at least a basic understanding of some market patterns. So, step number 5. That's right, risk management. And the most common mistake beginners make, they put everything on a single trade. And I'll tell you, never do that. Yes, I did that myself, but only because I was inexperienced. There was no one to give me advice, and maybe I just didn't dig into the literature or the internet. I just went, as they say, against the rules, put everything on one trade, kept adding more, and lost it all. Naturally, don't do that. Here the simple rule is, risk no more than 2% of your deposit on a single trade. For example, if you have 100 real dollars, the maximum you put on one trade is $2. From this, it follows that if you take 5 losses in a row, you'll end up with minus $10. That is 10%. You'll only lose that much from your deposit. But this will give you the chance to stay in the market, understand many patterns, maybe even step away from trading, take a natural break, and then start trading again. In other words, you'll still have your deposit, you won't lose it all. Even if you have 5 losses in a row, you'll stay in the game and be able to recover. And my advice to you at this stage is always set a stop loss when you enter a trade. This is very important, believe me. So step number 6 is emotions. Emotions are your main enemy. When you start making money, you always want more. When you start losing, you want to win it back. So know this, it's a trap. Forex is not about gambling, it's about discipline. If you feel your emotions taking over, make sure to stop, close your terminal, take a break, go for a walk, do something else. So, as they say, one well thought out trade is better than 10 trades in a row made on emotion. Step number 7. This is a real account. After you've practiced, learned how to open trades, understood some patterns, and studied analysis, then you can open a real account. Even $50, I think, is enough to feel the psychology of trading. Don't chase quick profits. Your goal is simply to learn how to preserve your deposit. Just drill it into your head, preserve your deposit. And profit will come with time, it always does. And it will be consistent. And now step number 8. This is continuous development as a trader. Every successful trader is someone who keeps on learning. Read analytics, watch reviews, study macroeconomics. Watch some videos, check out other traders online. This will save you, months of trial and error and, let's say, your nerves. So make sure to keep learning. And remember, in Forex, the winner isn't the one who guesses the market, but the one who understands what they're doing and why. The one who follows their strategy and sticks to it strictly. That's it, I want to wrap up this video here. Be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And I'll see you in the next episode. See you next time.